1 2 check. Check 1 2. Oh, that's not even right. Check. Weird. There it is. Bear with you, fellas. There we go. Got some people in the chat ready to rock and roll. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, baby. Cue up that train. Gotta love it. Oh yeah, folks. People are losing their minds. Players, pundits, everybody. We're gonna chop it up on the show. Right about now, Console Brothers. 3, 2. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Chiefs Kingdom. What is going on? It is I, Thunderdan, here to deliver some fun stuff for you guys today. Because what's going on? There I am. What's going on with people? I'm not sure. Everybody's losing their mind, guys. It's 28 days to the NFL draft. 28 days from tonight, the NFL draft will commence. We will be having fun. We'll be in our glory. But right now, pundits, people are suffering from pre-draft derangement syndrome right now. People can't get along. People are freaking out. People are coming at me. People are questioning other people's knowledge, intelligence, approach. And we're all half-informed. And it's a battle of half-informed wits. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Everybody's guessing. People thought Brady was a 6th-round pick. People in the combine thought Aaron Donald was maybe a backup, at best a special teamer. How'd that work out? A couple of gold jackets. That's how those guys worked out. Anyway, it's fun to be here. Check the chat's going already right now. Kevin Capel's in there, Adam Zinselmeyer, Cole Keller. Hope you guys caught Chief Concerns last night, because we're going to talk about that a little bit, because they came at me, bro. They came at me. I love those guys. I love that they get after it. I love Jason Dunn. You're my guy. You're my dog. The Dash Brothers. Bros. Oh, yeah, keep going. First of all, where do we want to start? I don't know. Let's look at the chat real quick. Everybody says hi. Everybody's saying hello. Puka Nacua very well may have ended his career. Well, if you look at it this way, he could get into broadcasting after, because if you all remember, if you're old enough, Marv Albert bit a woman's back pretty damn hard and lost his career for about 5 seconds and then was welcomed right on back. So crazier things have happened. Not sure what's going on there. I hope the woman's okay. If this is legit, I mean, dodged a bullet. Up until this point, up until this happened, I was like, how did Andy miss on that guy? It's a BYU guy and everything. Maybe Andy met with him and was like, this guy's friggin' nutso. Maybe that's why we missed on him. Most Chief podcasts forget the usual Brett Veach pick from a school like Holy Cross in the 4th round is still on the table. LOL. Dude, you and me, baby, we know it. There's going to be one. There's going to be one. He's going to do great. Look at that 2022 draft. How much money did those guys make in free agency this season? Crazy money. Crazy money. Highest paid corner. To that point, everybody's talking about, oh, the Chiefs are great at developing corners. Blah, blah, blah. Trent Duffy was a first rounder. So let's not get crazy. Let's not get it twisted. Maybe not top 10, although I do like Mansour Delane a lot. But if it was Colton Hood at 29, would I be complaining? No, and I did a draft, and I'm going to go over with you guys where he was the guy at 29. We'll get into that. But there's always that one, that Brett gotta reach Veach, that Breland speaks, that pick, that trading up for Wanya Morris. You know what I'm talking about. We've been around doing this dance. But boy, does he acquit himself. It's like the Dumb and Dumber. Just when I think you couldn't go any lower, couldn't make any bigger mistake, Brett Veach, you totally redeem yourself. You take Nick Bolton when I'm going, we need a center. He's fine. I want him to shoot gaps before he became a pro and started shooting gaps and helped us win that Super Bowl against the Eagles. Don't be crapping on Nick Bolton on my channel, folks. But Creed Humphrey was right there. We needed Creed Humphrey. Then they come back in the next pick, Creed Humphrey. Okay, if they were reversed, totally happy. No problem. But sometimes we get picky about what order they get taken in. After it's done, after it's all said and done, no one cares where they came from. No one cares what order they came in. Can they play or not? Can they play or not? Okay, let's get some more chat real quick. Very mixed feelings about Kelsey coming back. Kind of need to get going on a succession tight end, and he cost us 2 games last year. I don't know that he cost us 2 games last year. I wouldn't go that far. He and a lot of guys made mistakes. Chris Jones cost us 2 games last year. How do you feel about Chris Jones? Chris Jones gave up on trying to get Trevor Lawrence. Had a second chance when Trevor fell down twice. Still gave up. Took a step and then took a step and gave up again. And first game of the season, after he'd already started with losing Xavier Worthy, playing edge, got contained, 3rd and 14. Now I'm going to surprise him and play hero ball. I'm going to cut inside. I got no one out here to help me. Justin Herbert's not mobile, is he? Oh, yes, he is. He gets shoved down inside. Herbert runs for 15 yards, slides, game over. We can't get the ball back. We lose by 1 score. And Drew Tranquil lost his shit at Chris Jones, pardon my language, which I love. I'm so glad they kept him, restructured, costing us like $2.5 million. People are going to cut Drew Tranquil to save $6 million on a $7 million contract. Like that was going to make a wave in free agency for us. Not going to find a linebacker anywhere in the league. No linebacker in the league is going to come in, know our system, play as well as Drew, and hold everybody accountable for $6 million. Wasn't going to happen. Succession plans? Yes, they need to be in place. Travis Kelce was a top 3 to top 5 tight end all season last year. Was he number 1 in the league? No. Was he Travis Kelce in his prime? No. Was he awesome? Yes. Did he make mistakes? Yes. Guess what? His best years he's had, he's done that too. Fumble against the Bengals, going down to score. We're up a score, going down to score another score. So we're up by 2 scores. Fumbles the ball, turns it over. They score. We lose the game. That year we win the Super Bowl. Eagles, going down. We're up by 3. Going to go down and get a second score. Fumbles the ball, loses the ball. We lose the game. That year we won the Super Bowl. I'll take the bad with the good. I'll take the bad with the good. That said, last 2 years, Chris Jones, let's be fair, let's be honest. We love Chris. He's awesome. He's amazing. We'll always have his 40-yard dash, baby arm moment. Last 2 years, been declining. And the elephant in the room, $45 million. That's what that contract is. So let's get that figured out. Let's make it reasonable to keep him on the team, money-wise. Guy-wise, energy-wise, personality-wise, absolutely. Here's the thing. I would hate to let him go, trade him, cut him, whatever the mentality is. I would hate for that to happen and then have this be like a bounce back because I know he's 32. 32 in human age is not old. As it's old in football age, it's not old in real life. And you can rehab and rest and come back stronger than ever in your 30s if you're given time. And he's been given that. This whole team of leaders, of heroes, of champions on this team, including our now already throwing quarterback, not game throwing yet, but yeah, he's moving that leg, running around throwing. It's good. Not running around, taking drops. This is the longest break Chris Jones has had in 8 years. Khyiris Tonga is probably, no, without a doubt, the best tackle pair he's had as a Chief. George is going to do George things. George is one of the top 20 guys and the top 19 guys in pressures over the last, since his second year in the league. So don't get at me with George either. George has either tied, led, or been second in sacks on the team for each of the last 3 years. So George is not the problem. George, a rejuvenated Chris, a Khyiris Tonga, and then pick your favorite edge. Don't talk to me about Bane. Pick your favorite edge outside of Bane on the outside, and let's roll. Is it Cam Jordan? That would be awesome. I would love to see that. Cam Jordan coming to Kansas City to get himself a ring would be awesome. And then we draft a guy to train behind them, to bring up behind them. Succession plan at tight end. Yes, I want us to draft a tight end. There's actually one from Travis's alma mater, Joe Royer. I like them. I watched the guy play, and I like the guy's style. Similar to Travis. Similar kind of find those holes, find the weaknesses in zone. People thought Travis was raw. People weren't sure about Travis. I loved watching him play his college tape. I loved it. This kid, I get the same kind of feels. Not exactly, but a lot of similarities. They'd both be Bearcats. Take him under the wing. That would be awesome. Back to the chat really quick. He won us 90. He also won us 90 games. Okay, Adam. Still can't believe they drafted Morris after he dumped it at the combine. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? It's not, yeah, I was just like, he just looked like a guy you would draft 15 or 20 years ago. Just chewed bubblegum body. It's not, not what we're used to seeing. Explain to me why everyone is shitting on Ashton Gelati. I can't. I like Ashton Gelati. Ashton Gelati developed very, very nicely during the season. Over the course of the season, he showed promise he's going to be somebody. So let's see what happens. I wish we could trade Jones, but that's not going to happen. Well, that's not true. Because here's the thing. People go, well, how are you going to trade that elephant of a contract? Here's how you do it. It's the same thing that would have hurt the Colts if they wanted to keep Daniel Jones, which they did. But if they wanted to keep him and another team came in with more money, say the Jets, somebody else, they could have said, hey, we'll give you a signing bonus for $40 million of your contract. All the Colts could have done was give him a roster bonus. They can't give him a signing bonus. Signing bonus can be spread out over multiple years to make the hit easier on your cap. If the Colts wanted to match it, if they had enough, they would have had to take the impact year one. So, fadoomph, right out of the gate, which would have taken their cap number way down, way down. Didn't happen to them. That said, cut to Chris Jones, somebody else can come in and say, hey, Chris Jones, we'll take Chris Jones on. You guys are going to eat $9 million in dead cap regardless. Some people were talking about, what if the Browns wanted to trade for Myles Garrett? If the Browns would take Chris Jones, the two Rams picks, the first this year and the third rounder next year, number 29 and the third rounder next year for Myles Garrett, I would say happily yes, please. Give us Myles Garrett in your fourth next year. We'll give you Chris Jones, our 29th pick this year and a third next year. Let me know what you guys think. Third rounder next year. I would do it. Unless Chris Jones says, I don't want to go there. Let's tear up my contract, sign a 3-year deal like Trav did with a couple of void years. And if I come out of the gate like gangbusters this year, have incentives built in, maybe stick around again next year, have another year, go up right off into the sunset with a couple more rings, right off into the sunset with a ring or two more, that'd be great. I'd love that into the career story for Chris Jones and he retires a Chief. $45 million is not going to play. It's 15% of our cap. If he moves on after June 1st, if they did a trade and they scheduled it for post-June 1st, it saves us $35 million, which I've said on the show before is Patrick Mahomes' entire hit this year plus $1 million. So trading Chris Jones would mean Patrick Mahomes plays for free and we get $1 million. Something's going to happen. It's been really quiet. Last time was quiet like this. I told you guys years ago was when Tyreek Hill was in question. I said, the longer it stays quiet, the more chance it is he's going to get traded. And everyone thought it was nuts and everyone thought it was crazy. And 2 days later, the trade was announced. And I was like, here's your boy going, what'd I say? We've seen this before, guys. You and I have seen it. You guys forget because you're not stupid hyper-focused like I am on it. You don't keep anal facts in your head like, oh, that's a bad phrasing terminology. You don't keep facts anally locked into your brain like I do with stuff like that. Needless, useless, no one cares in the grocery store facts. But the longer it's quiet on the Western Front, the less good it is. Be nice if there's a little rumblings about, oh, they're talking, oh, they're working on the. Now there is the other stuff going on, and if there was going to be a move, it'd probably be post June 1st anyway, to save us more money, or at least scheduled as such. I don't think they can trade him for draft picks this year and earmark it as next year, post June 1st. I don't know if they can do that. I'm not familiar. If somebody knows for a fact in the chat, let me know. But I don't think they can do that. I think they would have to do trade picks for next season, which is totally possible. But it seems like the happy trio, Travis and Chris and Patrick, want to ride together again this year. I'm glad Travis is back. I'm glad Patrick's out there showing everybody I was right. He's a nut bar. He attacks this thing. His healing properly. He's got a great team around him. He didn't let swelling and everything sink in there and pressurize his leg and make him feel like crap. He got after it right away, got it healed and got it repairing as fast as possible. So he's well on his way to be ready for week 1. I told you, Joe Burrow, leg injury, worse than this one. 3 ligament tears plus meniscus damage. Practicing in the summertime. Full reps late summer. Played week 1. Beat us at Arrowhead in the AFC Championship. That's the basement. I guarantee you, for Patrick Mahomes, the bare minimum is we make the Super Bowl. And hell, if he doesn't want to win it, if he gets there. So, bear with it. We'll see how it goes. Praying for no setbacks. That'll be awesome. He can be nice and healthy and strong. What do we got here? It would be great to get Cam Jordan, but he said outright that he'd rather retire a Saint than play for another franchise. I hadn't heard that. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Will never happen. Jones, Kelsey, and Mahomes all have free will in the organization. I'm not sure what that means. If you're talking about the trade, yeah, I'm sure Tyreek thought he had free will too. That didn't play out. And that was for $35 million. This is $45 million. And that was Tyreek Hill at the height of his powers, not 2 years of regression by Chris Jones. So, yeah, there's that. Plus, neither player would need to change their uniform number, Jones or Garrett. Personally, I would love to see Jones spend his entire career with us. Agreed. I think so too. If there's some way that Chris Jones would tear up his contract and renegotiate and we keep him and send draft picks for Myles Garrett, that would be insane. That would be rub the league over, pet them on their tummy and go, it's going to be okay. Don't worry. We won't hurt you too much. We'll try to make it quick and painless. Don't worry. We're going to stomp your guts out all season long. But just, and then that would be more emphasis for me to add offensive weapons for Patrick Mahomes. Can I just get a little shout out from the chat? Who's with me? Okay. Where, yes, I want defensive players. I know we need some defensive players, but can we get some weapons for the best quarterback we've ever had in our franchise's history? Can we have him not make friggin' magic with playing cards? Can we get him like some real, honest to goodness, high level, top flight weapons? Love Kenneth Walker. Love the signing. That's amazing. It's a 3-year deal. He didn't break the bank on us. He's doing it for decent money, but he's not breaking the bank. Doesn't mean we can't get another back in the draft. I loved Love. Once we got Walker, I backed off a bit. I was like, okay, well, people are like, what do you think now? I go, well, they're probably not going to take him at 9. If they did, I wouldn't be surprised or disappointed. I'd be excited. Because I am of the memory of having Priest Holmes and Larry Johnson. Having Larry Johnson and Jamal Charles. Having 2 great backs is better than having 1 great back and a drop off a cliff to your number 2 guy. Let me ask you in the chat, guys, who out of Imari DiMarcado, who I really like his speed, I like his burst, hasn't proved anything in the league yet, except he can have 1 really embarrassing highlight. He'll probably never drop the ball early again. Or Brashard, I have to get more size on so I look like an actual running back and can take the abuse. Smith. Which of those 2 guys do you trust if Kenneth Walker goes down for a 2-3 game? Hopefully it doesn't happen. Running backs get nicked up. We all know this. If he goes down for a 2 or 3 game gap, who do you trust out of those 2 guys to be a real number 2 and carry us through for 2 or 3 games? What if it's 4 games to go 50-50 in those 4 games and our running game just not drop off a cliff? Because I'm not feeling it. I like the idea of those guys. If there's 20 carries total, and I tell you guys this all the time, we need at least 20 carries through our backs. Okay? Let's say we average 21, 22 carries through the backs all season long because they finally get it through their head. Hey, we can't stop running the ball because they'll get one-dimensional and they'll stop us and it's not good. Don't put that pressure on Patrick. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that we go with 22 carries a game. If 11 or 12 of them are going to Kenneth Walker, the other 10, I don't want 5 and 5 going to Smith and DeMarcado. I don't. I would rather have a Jeremiah Love or later in the draft, a Mike Washington Jr. coming in there and getting 8 of those carries. Call me crazy. Let me have the 6'1", almost 6'2", 225-pound back who runs like Steven Jackson and was the fastest back at the combine, getting 7 or 8 of those carries. And DeMarcado and Smith are, you roll them in there. Smith can line up in the slot. Smith can be a bit of a receiver guy, a gadget guy. They can do end arounds. I don't want those guys being dependent upon to run through the tackles. I don't. I got to get my head around it. I'm not there right now. I don't think we're set at running back. I do not. There's some people in pundit land, God bless them, I love you guys, way more confidence in Brashard Smith than I have right now. I don't have it. I don't see it. Are there undersized guys that can do it? Yes, there are. I don't feel like those guys are the guys that can carry the load if something happens with Kenneth Walker. Doubtful we take Jeremiah Love, especially in the first round. I did a draft. I'm going to show you guys. If we trade back twice because somebody we love isn't there at 9 and Jeremiah Love is still sitting there, we've accrued extra picks. We're going to be able to load up on guys. And Jeremiah Love's still there at 18 or 20. Let's say we have the 18th or 20th. I think that the draft had 20th pick, and he was still there. You're going to say no at 20 when he could be your number 2 back for $3 million a season? That's just shooting yourself in the foot. That's just being pigheaded and going, I'm not going to pick him because we got Kenneth. So, Jeremiah, you're the number 2 back. You're a backup. Learn how to play the position at the NFL level. And guess what? In 3 years when Kenneth is 28, maybe he resigns for a few more years. Maybe he rides off into the sunset. Jeremiah Love's 23 years old. 3 years in the system. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have to learn a new back for 7 years. Doesn't have to train a new guy how he likes to play football. Wouldn't that be a relief off of our quarterback's mind? A guy who can do everything Kenneth Walker can do and maybe is a better receiver. Not maybe, is a better receiver. I think Kenneth Walker's a better receiver than people give him credit for. He's not Jeremiah Love good as a receiver. So these are the things that go through my mind. These are the things I speculate about. Once we signed Kenneth Walker, I was like, Love's gone. First of all, I thought Love was gone when we signed him. Then the combine happened. And he ran 4.3 something at 6 foot, 215 pounds. I'm like, if he gets past Arizona and I'm a Cards fan, I'm freaking out at my team. Mike LaFleur, your brother Matt is the coach of the Green Bay Packers. His team with Josh Jacobs is a different team than without Josh Jacobs. Why didn't you get our Josh Jacobs at number 3? Oh, they have other needs. I don't care. There's no back in this draft that has the potential of Jeremiah Love. There's not. Oh, you can get another back. There's not a back with that potential right now. There's not. It'd be like letting Bijan Robinson slide because you can get another back later. Can you really? Can you? Was there another Bijan in that draft? Because I must have missed him. Some guys are just different. Some guys are special. So I think we go defense. I think we go edge. I'd love to see Bailey. If Bailey is gone, I'd love to see linebacker. I'd love to see Sonny Styles because Sonny Styles for me has the potential. Let's shade that. Let's not say he's the next this guy because nobody's the next anything. These guys, and that goes for Ruben Bain too. For the people that love Ruben Bain out there, let's get one thing out of the way. I wish nothing but success for that kid. Nobody who judges these guys watching their tape and doing shows like I'm doing right now knows the work that these guys put in to get to this opportunity. It's insane. I know the work because I didn't have time to do it. I started when I was 22. I did as much as I could in a small window, and I was always looked at as you're not going to be that guy because whatever, X, Y, and Z. You're not old. You're old. You're inexperienced. whatever the case may be, I didn't have time. My game got really, really good by the time I was 28, 27, 26, let's say. Kind of hit my peak in 25, 26, got really good, and then I was a leader and did a bunch of stuff, but I didn't start till I was 22. So you're learning the game, and I wasn't crazy fast twitch, and I'm only 6 feet tall. Great hands only goes so far. Excellent blocker, great hands, short for my position, which was mostly tight end receiver. It's tough. It's tough. Loved it. Had a great time. Walked on at Syracuse. Played semi-pro. But I can recognize talent, and I know the talent it takes to play at that highest level. Jason, who's on Chief Concerns, JD knows. JD was the stud second tight end with the Chiefs with Tony. Beastin'. Just beastin'. Huge. Jason was an anomaly. Jason was an outlier. Jason was an outlier in the good direction. An outlier in the sense that usually big, huge guys that can block like that can't move like he can and can't catch like he can. So he was like a plus outlier. I don't want to draft an outlier on the negative end in the first round, let alone in the top 10. And I wish Bane luck. I wish him success. If we draft him, he's a Chief. I'm going to root for the guy. 100%. From day one, he gets drafted. Okay, he's in there. Let's go. Same thing I was with CEH. I pounded the table for Jonathan Taylor. We drafted CEH. I was frustrated for like 5 minutes. Like, oh, come on. Oh, what? And then I was just like, okay, he's our guy. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's see what he can do. George Karlaftis, I hadn't watched tape on. I had watched tape on CEH. And I compared him to J.K. Dobbins and Jonathan Taylor. And I was like, I like the other guys. DeAndre Swift, I like those guys. JT was my man. I wanted JT. I was standing on the table for JT. People thought I was nuts. How about now? Jonathan Taylor is gliding towards a gold jacket right now. CH helped us get rings. And that's the thing. Here's the catch. As good and as much more success personally as Jonathan Taylor has had, there is zero guarantee in this world of what ifs what decisions Jonathan Taylor might have made for the good or the bad that might have gotten us 2 more rings or might have gotten us no rings. He might have fumbled at more inopportune times. He didn't have a huge fumble problem like everybody thought because he didn't carry as much. Everybody couldn't load the box just against him. They had to like stretch it out a bit. But he has that burst, and you want to think maybe he could have done. We don't know. We don't know. I can admit that. I can feel both disappointed and admit that I don't know that it would have turned out as well. Because he's a different guy. He's going to have a different headspace. He's going to make different decisions. But it is what it is. But if you sit there and say I'm wrong arbitrarily, that's not true. The guy's had a better personal career. I'm sure he'd take some rings, though, at this point. Clyde's got the rings. Thank you, champ. Ruben Bain, people are betting on him being the first defensive end with arms under 31 inches to either go All-Pro, Pro Bowl, or have one double-digit sack season, 10 or more sacks, in 25 years. In 25 years of measurements, they do the measurements for a reason, folks. In 25 years, no one with his size of arms has done any of those 3 things. And I want 1, 2, or 3 of those things out of my first round top 10 pick. If I'm going edge, I'm expecting great things. I want Myles Garrett. I want Dwight Freeney. I want Robert Mathis. I don't want a guy. I want Elvis Dumervil. All those guys, 31.5 to 32 and change inch arms. It matters both ways. Everybody can get their head around a tackle having short arms being a problem, but they think it doesn't matter for the defensive end. Au contraire, mon frere, it matters. It matters to the point of no one under 31-inch arms has ever succeeded at a high level. Does it mean he can't play in the league? Heck no. We are sack nation rotation. We have guys that come in, they contribute 3, 4, maybe 5 sacks. They're hella good against the run. We might bring Mike Dana back at a lower contract because Mike Dana's a beast. He'll play wherever you want him to play. He's not getting 14 sacks a season. I want my top 10 pick to do that. I don't think that's too much to ask. And for people saying, oh, we need more guys in the line because you got to rotate guys, you're being disingenuous if you don't admit that running backs get nicked up and miss games. And I don't want the drop-off to be Kenneth Walker than me at 50 years old. No thanks. Nope. I'll take the contract. I'll last about 2 downs as long as I don't carry the ball in the first one. No, thank you. It's crazy. Everybody says we're set at running back. We're set at running back? Did I miss something? Did we sign somebody I don't know about? Because DeMarcado and Brashard Smith have not proven they're a number 2 anything yet. I like them as additional pieces. I like them as guys in camp, and let's see where this goes. You don't sign DeMarcado for $1.2 million going, yeah, that's our number 2. We're good. We're good. We got a $1.2 million running back over there. Oh, yeah, let's go. Come on now. Let's be serious. Does that mean, would I be happy with Mike Washington? Mike Washington, first of all, Mike Washington Jr. in mocks is going in round 4 and round 5. I don't see that happening. But let's say he does. If we get Mike Washington Jr. or Mr. Contact Balance, Jonah Coleman, who plays like, who has shades of like reminiscent of Maurice Jones-Drew, the 3 guys I saw play besides Jeremiah Love. Here's the 4 guys. I'll include Jeremiah Love. I watched Jeremiah Love. I see flashes of Marcus Allen. I see flashes of Matt Forte. I see things I really like in his game. He's a rookie. He's done not one single down against an NFL player, so we don't know. But I've seen flashes of, he reminds me of this guy a little bit. Jonah Coleman, he reminds me of Maurice Jones-Drew a little bit. Damon Claiborne, scat back, small, fast, quick cuts. Reminds me of Darren Sproles a little bit. When they're coming out. Not their pro days necessarily, but when they're coming out of college. Mike Washington Jr., watch Steven Jackson's Oregon State Beaver tape. I'm going, that guy did what he did. This guy shows me some of what he did. I like that. JD made a great point on Chief Concerns last night. Don't say they're this guy. They're that guy. They're the next that guy. You can see shades of guys in it. Nobody can tell what they're going to be. And that goes for Bain as well. Because the thing I have a problem with is, I say, well, when he was on the field, people knew that Jeremiah Love was getting the ball. They knew what was happening. Couldn't stop him. Multiple 90-yard runs. Couldn't stop him. Explosive. Catching the ball in the backfield. Couldn't stop him. And people go, yeah, that's college tape, bro. That's college. Okay, well, you can't say, but that was in college, and then say, just look at the tape for Ruben Bain. Because last time I checked, he played against college guys too. People are talking about him like he had a 20-sack season. Like he led the FBS. He didn't even lead his own team in sacks. He's got power. That's great. It's all against college. Can we just agree that everyone that's playing and we're watching their tape are all college guys and no one's proven jack shit in the pros? I brought up Vernon Golston as a clarifying factor. Go to Uplift Chiefs. The Uplift the Kingdom? I think it's called. Let me double check that real quick. I want to double check it. It's called Uplift the Kingdom is a new chat group. Look for it online if you can. It's really good. A lot of positive stuff in there. Great stuff. It's worth checking out. It's a lot of people talking about Chief World, and I can't stomach people saying things like, just look at the tape for one guy that fits their narrative that they like, and if it's somebody that you like that they don't like, they go, doesn't necessarily translate, bro. That was in college. They're all in college. Oh, Vernon Golston thing I brought up. No shame. The guy made it to the pros. He lasted 3 years. Good for him. Guy was a stud. Guy had good stats in college. He looked like a bodybuilder. He had like 14.5 sacks his last season at Ohio State. He went to the league and did nothing. 0 sacks. 0 forced fumbles. Looked like an Adonis. Looked like Adonis. The old phrase in the pros, looks like Tarzan, played like Jane. That's not good in a defensive end. He was kind of a tweener. Weren't sure if he's going to fit. Hear a lot of that stuff with Arvell Reese right now. I think he's going to do all right, but we'll see. The point is we don't know. None of us know. We're all guessing, okay? We're all guessing. Can we admit that? Can we stop with the... And then some people want to slide comments in like, this ain't Madden, bro. You're thinking like Madden. Trust me, okay? No one I've debated with in the punditry, God bless you, God love you. I'm so excited that there's a lot of people having voices now in the community. It's not just networks where they're paid to say certain things and push certain narratives. It's actually people that care about things and are watching and trying to grade everything. The only guy I've debated with to any degree in the last year was Jason Dunn, who has more experience than I have in the game, on the grass, at a high level, people hitting you in the face. That's the one guy, and we don't always agree. And I'm not going to defer to him just because he played in the pros. That's amazing. That's awesome. But we both have eyeballs, and he can see things and love certain players, and I can see things and love certain players, and that's okay. I got no problem. Do I think he's wrong? No. I'm just not sure that you want to bet on a guy who's an outlier, not like he was to the positive, but an outlier to a situation where no one's ever done the thing we hope he can do in 25 years. It's not a matter of, well, this guy's kind of a small back. He's about the size of Darren Sproles, but what did Darren Sproles do? He was great. So it's been done. We can see that it's been done. Okay, we have actual NFL historical facts, measurable facts that somebody that size, that speed, that weight, whatever, has achieved at that level. And if you look at their tape and go, that's kind of Sprolesian, that's kind of something like he would do, that's kind of, can it translate? Can he get to the coaching staff in the NFL and they can get the most out of him and turn him into another guy like that? His own version, of course. But can they bring that out of him? Or is he going to just be another scat back that couldn't really do a lot? Could just be like a rotational guy. And that's fine too. If you're a rotational guy and you're in the league for 7 years, you're a gosh darn NFL football player. That's amazing. That's commendable. But don't debate, don't use it as a debate tactic. You're thinking like Madden or, yeah, okay, buddy, a lot of pundits agree with me. I don't care who agrees with you. I don't care who agrees with me. It's just my opinion. And if I have 100 people that agree with me, we could all be wrong. And you could be right. And vice versa. And at the end of the day, we don't know. We're guessing. We're guessing, bro. Pro scouts, coaches, everybody have made mistakes. When Peyton Manning was coming out, who's the number one quarterback? This is when I first realized I had a decent eye for watching talent and going, I could see things that were like red flags. I watched the Rose Bowl. Okay? People were talking about who's the number one QB. Hadn't seen the other guy. I'd seen Peyton Manning playing at Tennessee. Pretty phenomenal. Who's the guy they're comparing him with? One of the biggest busts in history. God bless him. He's having a good career now in broadcasting. Good for him. Ryan Leaf. Who's one? Who's number two? Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf. I'm like, wait a minute. I watched the Rose Bowl, and he wasn't the best quarterback on the field that day. The small guy with less of an arm, Brian Griese, was the better quarterback. Because quarterback, they say it about a lot of football spots, but especially quarterback, a lot of the game is played between the ears, up here. And I was like, he outplayed the hell out of him in that game. So if you think that guy is as good as Peyton Manning, I don't know what you're looking at, because I don't see that at all. Aaron Donald, I thought this guy's a beast. This guy's going to wreck people. He's only 6'1". I don't care what he is. He's going to wreck people. I was 6 foot. I could block anybody in our league because I incline press 375 and get underneath them. Guess what? Physics doesn't care about your pedigree. All physics cares about is you weigh less than 350 pounds and I get underneath you and do this. You're on your toes. You're going where I put you. And that's it. What's the difference between me and a pro? Jason Dunn is gigantic and can do those things. So that's the difference. I was a great route runner. I had great hands. I watch guys go. They go, whoa, why didn't you go pro then? You know why? Because that guy got to the end of that route about a second faster than I'm getting there, or half a second faster. That makes a huge difference in the NFL, okay? It's like, would you have caught that ball? I wouldn't have quite been there yet to catch the ball. That's the difference. I understand these things. You watch people run. It was the most humbling thing. I got out there, I had good speed, good size, good strength. First time in my life, had Napoleon complex. Went out on the field. Didn't matter how much I trained. I have X amount of slow twitch and X amount of fast twitch muscle fibers in my body. I was never getting as fast as Marvin Harrison, our starting receiver. Never. No matter how much I trained, wasn't going to happen. Isaiah Pacheco's going to Detroit. He's going to bust his ass. There's going to be things Jahmyr Gibbs does, he's not going to be able to do. And that's okay. They have different football styles, and that's okay. And guys can succeed different ways. The problem is, at top 10, you want all-pro potential. You want definitely Pro Bowl potential. which is a joke now because it's a lot of voting of whatever. It's not the players as much. And you want double digit sacks. Do you not want double digit sacks at least a couple times a career out of a top 10 pick? I'm hoping we're not picking top 10 for the next decade. I hope we're picking at 32 every year. Just loading up rings. Get the rings on. Let's go. That's what I'm hoping for. So I don't want to take an outlier risk on a unicorn that is going to have to be expected to do. And the pressure that's going to be on him is nuts. So that's my rant. That was a big rant. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't supposed to go that long. I got excited. But yeah, it was fun watching the show. It was bittersweet watching Chief Concerns last night because I wanted to be on there because text doesn't do it. Texting, there's no inflection. There's no, I'm like, taking shots at me, or they just like ribbing me because guys rib each other and it happens and it's okay. But I'm like, first of all, I haven't been saying at 9 since Kenneth Walker has been signed. I've been saying, do I expect him to take him at 9? No, I don't expect Jeremiah Love at 9. I don't expect him in the first round, to be quite honest. If they took him at 9, would I be upset? Heck no. Do I want to have... He's a luxury pick. 100% he is, and we're a luxury team. Last year, we were snake bit. The chances of that happening again, those kind of things going wrong again, very unlikely. This is a great team, a great franchise, great coaches. We lost a bunch of guys. Okay, so we're going to have new blood that doesn't have rings yet and is going to be really hungry. Is that going to help us or hurt us? I think it's going to help us. We'll see. They got to play, they got to produce, they got to show it. But I wanted to go into some chat again real quick, and then we'll go to the review screen real fast. What do we got here? Got that. Need a player, need to change it. Okay, we need a corner, edge, wide out, and another corner or D tackle. This thing, we got 9 or 10 picks. We have 9 picks right now. Every draft I've done, we end up with 10 or 11. The draft I'm going to show you, where I traded back twice, trying to not take Jeremiah Love, we end up with 12 picks. Let me share that with you right now. You're saying, oh, with our first 4 picks, I can see that. Would have liked to have Brian Robinson over DeMarcado. Yeah, for sure. I thought that might be a target. I know that they like his speed. I'm not sure what DeMarcado's receiving is like. I haven't looked at it yet. Been too easy looking at the draft picks. But I like his speed, dude. That dude's fast. Fast with a capital F. And I think they like that. They want that explosion out of the backfield in one of their backs. I could have sworn that I heard we were bringing Mike Dana back, but I guess it was just spec. I think it's just speculation at this point. What's my wish list for number 9? Well, number 9, like I said, it's not a wish list. I don't like to go with a wish list because, first of all, I don't know how these guys are going to pan out. I see potential in a lot of guys. I think Bailey's different. Sonny Styles, like I said, the guy was a starting safety for Iowa State and they were kicking butt. Grew up into a monster, and they got Caleb Downs in the transfer portal, and the guy moves over to linebacker, and a year later he leads the team in tackles. Get this, understand this. You want to visualize what do I think Sonny Styles could be in the pros? Okay, first of all, we have examples of guys going from safety to linebacker and making it big time at the pros in Brian Urlacher and Thomas Davis. Okay, so that transition is possible with the right athlete. How athletic is he? Do you like Kyle Hamilton for the Ravens? You think he's pretty athletic for a big safety? Sonny Styles is an inch taller. He's 24 pounds heavier. He's faster, more explosive, and stronger. Faster in the 40, more explosive in the split, stronger, broader, just a better athlete than Kyle Hamilton. And he might be playing linebacker primarily, and every once in a while blitzing. So I'm going to miss Leo Chenal. I wish Leo was still on the team. But if that means we get him, and then maybe Bossa gets focused on taking over for Nick Bolton when he's done, because they're similar size. People are saying Joe, is it Bossa's name? I can't remember his first name. Expecting Bossa to replace Leo Chenal, they're different size human beings. It's not going to happen. Bossa's not Leo Chenal. Sonny Styles is very close to Leo Chenal in that, I'll give you this, Leo's a little more of a beastie kind of mentality because that's the position he always played. Leo Chenal, who I always wanted to see rush the passer a little more, had a better RAS score, better athletic score than TJ Watt at 9.99. Almost perfect. You know whose RAS score was better than Leo Chanel's? Sonny Styles at 10 perfect. 10.0 athletic score. The guy's a freak in a good way. That's the kind of thing I want to lean into as an outlier. That's a plus outlier. Jason Dunn, his size, his speed, his hands, that's an outlier. You look at him, you think, this guy's going to be blocking tight end, right? Oh, he just ran a route and made a safety look like an idiot and caught a touchdown? And he can hit a guy on the way down the... Sign me up for those guys. I don't want undersized. I don't want underspeed. I don't want me, essentially. Okay? I don't want somebody that's mid 4'6", 6 foot, 235. Not the tight end I'm taking in the first 10 picks. Guy a four core special teamer, and he can play some reps and give you a guy a breather. Okay. 6th, 7th round, UDFA maybe. Not in the top 10. And Bane's not that. Bane is like, everything's great, everything checks the box, except for the arm length, but the arm length is a big issue because no one in 25 years has ever done what they're expecting him to do. And now people are, oh, I heard somebody said that they measure. I don't want to hear what you heard somebody said. Okay? The combine's not out to screw the guy. The combine said that his arms were that, and they measure everybody's arms the same way. I'm going with that. That's all we can go by. Okay? Is he there at the top of the second round? Are we going, well, we got David Bailey. We got a wide receiver. Ruben Bain sitting there at number 20, at number 40, let's say. Then it gets interesting. Then you're like, ooh, is he like an upgraded Mike Dana? I could get my head around that. But we have a lot of needs, like you said, right? So I like certain guys better. A lot of this got started because of a certain picture, which I'll share with you guys in a minute. What's my opinion at Downs at 9? Downs at 9, again, you want to talk about shades of, he reminded me, not the same size, but the old Washington safety that got killed, that got shot in his home. Dude was different. He reminds me of him. He reminds me of that guy, how he's different. He's got a little Ed Reed in the ranging skills. He's got a little Eric Berry in the come down and smack you. He's not huge. He's not super long. Super athletic, game changer. Apparently his IQ is off the charts. And I know a safety with a really good IQ can be, he's not slow, but he could be slower and smaller and still be deadly if he's got a really good football IQ and if he reads the play and he breaks it down and knows where everything's going. Ed Reed wasn't 6'4". Ed Reed wasn't Kyle Hamilton's size. Ed Reed was perfectly fine size for safety, but his intelligence was off the friggin' charts. That dude was like, he knew where the quarterback was going before the quarterback knew what it looked like. It's like, how did he get all the way over there from over there? He was over there a second ago, and the camera comes over another angle, and he comes flying out of nowhere. That's different. Guy shows me even an inkling of that. That's something Spags can work with. So I like him a lot. I'm concerned about the knee because that combine was where that started. Saying that he's got a degenerative ACL, that's not good. If that's true, that means that thing's going to go. Might be this year, might be next year, might be training camp. We don't know. I don't want to waste any picks. Here's the thing. Bain, outlier for size. Jordan Tyson, injury prone. Soft tissue injuries. Aggravated at the combine. Don't like that. Jermod McCoy, coming off an ACL. No thank you. Chris Miller, receiver, coming off an ACL. No thank. I don't want anybody that's coming back from an injury in the first round. I don't. Call me greedy, call me selfish, call me untrusting. Patrick Mahomes is the only player I want coming off a major injury on this team because he's Patrick freaking LeVon Mahomes. And I know he's going to come back meaner and nastier and better than ever because he's going to be focusing on his fundamentals and making sure he does everything perfect. And now we got Justin Fields, so the QB sneak might be back in house. That's awesome. That's awesome. Patrick doesn't have to bend space and time from the shotgun on 4th and short or 3rd and short. We can just call Justin Fields in and let him play the play. And he might just pop back and throw it on your ass. He might. I think Andy's going to fix Justin's career. I think he's going to get in there and rehab it up for him and go, okay, play for whoever you want. Let's get a 3rd rounder, 4th rounder for him. Comes in for some mop-up duty and looks good. Turn Nick Foles into ready to retire to Super Bowl MVP. 1 season with Andy. Saved his career. So It's not beyond the possibility. Sean Taylor, thank you, Cole. Yes, sir. Sean Taylor was a beast. I'm not saying Cole. I'm not saying Caleb is Sean Taylor. I'm saying he's got some of the sensibilities of him. He's got some of the awareness that Sean had, where it's just like, and when he pulls the trigger and comes downhill, you're getting thumped. You're getting thumped. So that's nice. I was never a safety that high in the draft till we took Barry. And even when we took Barry, I was like, I don't know, 5'11", 199. Like he was just like borderline a little. And then Eric became a Chief, and I watched him play, and I was like, oh my gosh. I liked him as a player. I was just like that high at that. Was he 5? I think we took Eric. And just watching the dude play, it was just like, okay, never mind. Shh, forget what I said. And hopefully if we take Bane, he does the same thing and shuts me right the hell up. And everyone go, ha ha, see, I go, winning. I was wrong. We're awesome. That's a win. That's a W. I don't care if I dislike somebody, and I don't dislike them. I don't care if I do, though, dislike a player for their ability, and we draft them and go, what are they thinking? Well, they know things I don't know. They're in the room with them. They're meeting them. And if he drafts him, he's the Chief. So I can watch the draft pick, puke in my mouth and not feel great about it, go brush my teeth and come back and go, let's go Chiefs. You're a Chief, buddy. Earn it. Earn this. Like Tom Hanks and Saving Private Ryan. Earn this as my will to draft another player dies. Welcome this guy in and say, just earn it. Just earn it. That's all I care about now. Now you're a Chief. I hear some people go off like they're not going to want to support a guy if he gets drafted. It's crazy pants. There's like hatred, visceral. I don't get it. I don't get that. These guys are young men trying to make their dreams come true. Let's go to the preview screen and check out some stuff real quick on the draft that I just did a couple days ago. All right, guys. This was I'm trying to not draft a Jeremiah Love, no matter what. Trade back twice draft. Okay. And what had happened was the league conspired against me to make him too tantalizing. Because here's my question to you and to every pundit who would argue this against me. How far is too far to let him drop? If, like me, and a number of people that have been outspoken about it, you think Jeremiah Love is just generational, like a Bijan Robinson type, how far is too far to let him go? Even if he's not going to start year one. Because you know what could happen? You could have the Toronto Thunderstorms. Let's say they expand to Canada. You have the Toronto Thunderstorms as your new franchise. You draft the best running back in the league. Or sorry, you sign the best running back in the league like we did. Okay, draft comes, you go, oh, there's a really good running back. He's falling. Oh, fell again. Oh my gosh, now we're at 20. Now he's like $3 million a year. Oh, do we take him? No, we need end. We need this. We need that. We need a backup running back. The guys aren't backup. No, but we don't want to look stupid. We don't look stupid to the rest of the league. Okay, let's not look stupid. Let's roll with the running backs we have. Let's draft a bunch of great players. But we don't have that real number 2. And week 1, ACL pops. Gone for the year. Now what? I want to be too deep. The old joke, the old saying, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1 quarterback. If you got 1 running back, you don't have a running back. You have a half a running back. And that half a running back might carry you the whole season, or he might miss out. And you might miss out. So I want a number 2 that could be a number 1. That's me. I'm selfish. I'm greedy that way when it comes to offense. I want to score 30 points a game and take a lot of pressure off our defense's back. So if we do draft a Ruben Bain, dude, pin your ears back, eat the quarterback's face, go. Let's see what you really got. That's what I'd like to see. Didn't happen. 20th pick overall, sitting there looking at Jeremiah Love. All these people wanted to trade with me. It was one of those crazy drafts that'll probably never happen. But I'm like, screw it. I'm going to take him. I took him at 20. Okay, edge, Keldrick Falk. How about now? You like his measurables? You like his speed? You like his size? Anthony Hill Jr. Dude reminds me of Devin Lloyd coming out. Played pretty damn well for the Jags. Now making $1 gajillion with the Panthers. So give me that rangy, fast. He's my second linebacker to Sonny Styles right now. When I watch the tape, I'm just like, that guy can get everywhere. That's awesome. Good length, good height. Cade McDonald, just a beef stick in the middle of a defensive tackle. I've heard a lot of big O-line or D-line guys talking about him in the draft, going, that guy, you plug that guy in. You know, he's got to get some edges rubbed off. He's got to get some, he's not flash, but he's going to be a friggin' tree trunk in the middle of the road for the enemy running game. This guy, I don't know how he keeps dropping. This was in the ESPN rankings. ESPN rankings are jacked, by the way. Okay, I'll give them a little love for their song. But their ratings of these players is all over the place. I don't think Malachi Lawrence falls this far. But if he's there at 64, watch his tape. You want to go shades of again. Again, not the guy, not the same guy, but measurables, length, height, speed, and his play style. The closest thing to him, poor man's Jadeveon Clowney. He's got that kind of ability to him. Can you get him to a level similar to that? I don't know. I'm not the coach. But the guy's long, he's quick, he's hard to slow down. He's got that length, he's got that height. Great potential. Now we've got 2 edges and a D tackle and a linebacker. And we're only at pick 68. I end up getting 8 picks in the top 110 because I traded back twice. This is what I'm talking about. I don't think people are understanding. If you trade back twice, you're not trading back for 7th round picks in the first round. You're getting real quality draft picks. And this isn't a 2-edge deep draft. There are a number of edges in this draft that have potential to be really good pros. I think Louis Riddick said it best. I said it in the other show last week. Doesn't see a lot of stars, but he sees a lot of starters. Chiefs don't need guys to be the star right away. Need starters. Need guys that can play day one. Okay, so far, I'm feeling 5 for 5 right now. Caden McDonald, Keldrick Falk, Malachi Lawrence would all be in the Sack Nation rotation. They'd all be seeing time on the field. Year 1, I believe. Joe Royer, told you, love that kid. Think he's a great little tight end. Genesis Smith, got a safety. Jacario Davis, got a corner. Jeff Caldwell, 6'5", running in the 4.3s. Let's go. Ephesians Prysock, he's not probably going to be there at 189. Neither is Hezekiah Massis. But I got 3 corners and a safety to help reload our DB room, to help them come up behind the guys we already have, because everybody feels like Dave Merritt's going to coach up the guys we have now and do a bunch of starters. He might. He's that good of a coach. He's proven that with the guys that just made a gajillion dollars walking out the door. And then Kendrick Law. Do yourself a favor after the show's over. Go watch Kendrick Law tape. That's all I'm going to say. Go watch Kendrick Law. That dude is a straight up baller. Okay? So that was that draft. That was if we can't not draft Jeremiah Love because he just falls too far. That's where I came up with that. Okay? Do I think that's going to happen? I doubt it. I don't think it's going to happen. Reminder, 28 days, 1 hour and 15 minutes and 20 seconds away to draft night. It's probably not going to happen. He's probably going to end up on the Cardinals. He might fall to the Giants. Titans might take him. Titans have a 4-year straight 1,000-yard running back in Tony Pollard, but he's 29 years old. And if it was an offensive head coach, I'd say slam dunk. But because it's Robert Saleh, depending on who falls, he might go D guy. Because there's some stud D players in there, and he's a defensive-minded guy. And defensive-minded guys think if they have a defensive stud, they can control the game better than they can with a running back. A lot of guys think that way. Now, he just came from San Francisco again. He went back to San Fran, where Christian McCaffrey was reminding him, hey, this is a different kind of thing right here. If you got a guy that can be a 1,000-yard receiving, 1,000-yard rushing back, that makes a huge difference in your game. So we'll see what happens there. Let's go over to, okay, this was the image that got everybody stirred up about the comparison between Arvell Reese and Reuben Bain. Yeah. Look at how low. Look at how low he gets. Oh, he's so low to the ground. He's parallel to first of all, you're looking at the floor. Okay. Secondly, I was like, wait a minute, I didn't see him ever get this low. They're saying it's the same drill. Now, this is a serpentine square drill where you go up, you go around, you come back down, you go around, you go over, you go around, and you go down in a square. They do that drill and do a line drill. We're straight up and out. This right here is from the straight line drill, not from the serpentine square drill. They're different drills, first of all. Secondly, the man on the right has been doing this for about 11 seconds. Don't look at your watch, Arvell. I know you haven't been doing it long. He's going to learn. He's going to get coached up in the pros. So is he. So look out for both of them. People said, oh, this isn't very good. This isn't low enough. He's never going to translate to be a great player. Okay. If that's the case, and I hope I can find it right away and not have to look for it, but somebody was kind enough to post. Is it in this one? Here's the video. Here's the picture I took of Ruben during that drill when he actually did the serpentine square drill. This right here. He never got lower than this. So I was like, where'd they get this? Where did they get that? Because in that drill, I didn't see him lower than that. Is that better than what Arvo Reese did? Is that better than that? Yeah, it's better. It's not crazy good, but it's better for sure. And at first I thought, I posted online too, and I'm letting you guys know I'm not going to go look for the stuff and retract it that way, but I thought this looked like AI. It looked like the guy used AI to make it look better. And I went ahead and created an AI image where I had Arvo Reese with his back this high off the ground, his hands on the ground, running around, and it was sharper image like this one, just to show people it's real easy to fake it. Like, why would they have to do that if he's doing such a great job? Then I went back and watched tape. I went back and watched, let me watch his drills. I thought, let me watch his actual drills and see what Ruben's doing here. Okay. Like I said, there's the serpentine cube drill right there. That's the one Arvo Reese was doing. Everybody thought it was different. Okay, this is where they got that still shot. You ready? How they got him so low to the ground. You ready? He almost fell down and caught himself. He didn't intentionally bend that low to the ground. He almost wiped out. There's a clean one, okay? When he's trying to do it clean, when he's doing it clean, those are all high up. The last one, a little lower, not much, a little lower than Arvo Reese, okay? Little lower. I think Arvo was just going for time. He's trying to be as fast as he could because it's not a drill he's that familiar with or that comfortable with. I don't know what's going on with my screen here, but it just went all jaggedy on me. Come on now. Hang on a second. I'm going to minimize and try to get this back online. There we go. Just make it smaller. Okay. But here's the other one. Watch it. Okay. Right there, that's where you got that photo from. And I'll tell you what. Ask any O lineman. Your foot slides out from under you like that, they're going to be asking you, you want blueberry or original syrup? Because I'm making pancakes, bro. That's a hand check from a left tackle, and you're on your face. He's not under control. He's sliding. His feet are sliding. That's a hand check from a left tackle, and you're eating turf. And people are acting like he intentionally bent that low and got really low to the ground. Will they get him to the point where he can do it like Derek Thomas and get that low where he's almost parallel to the ground? Maybe. Maybe. Big maybe. But when he's doing it of his own accord, that's how low he gets, right there. When he's under control, when he can really damage the passer, and if he gets around a tackle, so help you, he's getting the quarterback if he's in this position and his arms are up here. But he's got to get in that position. He did a little less than Mesidor did last year. He did a little less than Mesidor did the year before that. Everyone says Ed Mesidor owes his stats to this guy. Okay. Jason Taylor, their coach, former defensive end for the Miami Dolphins, Hall of Famer, said they're both monsters. They're both awesome. It's a pleasure. There's Jason right there to get to coach both of these guys. He said Mesidor really elevated his game as far as endurance and as far as being healthy, as far as getting his weight down. He got his weight down because they had been moving him to tackle. He came in to play tackle for them in 24. Got some injuries, had the extra weight, kind of like Omar Norman Lott for us. Some guys, you can't carry too much weight. It doesn't help you. I know myself. I got over 235, 238. After that, I'm just digressing. I'm not getting better. I'm just too heavy. My body's like 235 max is a really good playing weight for me. 225 is my best speed to power ratio. After 228, 229, I start losing some speed. I know this of myself from years of trying different things, just trying to macros and all that crap that everybody went through back then and still do. But this is about as low as he gets. The guy's stacked. The guy's a solid athlete. He's strong. He's thick everywhere. Everything you want. The arm length is a concern. At top 10, I'm not interested in taking that risk. That's just me. And I can be proven wrong. And hopefully I am. For whatever team he goes to, I hope he's a great career. I hope he's a Hall of Famer and goes, look, everybody, now to throw that rule out the window because I've done it one time. But until it's been done one time, I don't want to be the experiment, especially with Patrick Mahomes' career. Let somebody else do that experiment. And there's no guarantee we take somebody with perfect measurements that they have any kind of career. They could do a Vernon Golston and just be kind of there and be gone. We don't know. But I can admit that. People coming at me like, oh, I watch Madden. So, dude, miss me with that crap. Okay? Don't be a child. Debate me or don't talk to me because you're being silly. You're being a little ridiculous. But anyway, let me see if I can find that tape that somebody posted because it was a game changer. I didn't realize this. It might be at the top of it. No, it's not at the top of that. Dang it. That'd be too easy, I guess. I had it queued up here. I had to reset everything because, you know, when you reset the actual studio, it makes you go back to zero and you got to find everything all over again. But I'll let you guys find it since I can't find it right now. I'm not going to waste the whole time looking for that thing. There is a place on this internet, on these interweb X site. Somebody was kind enough to post, maybe it's on his page. Somebody was kind enough to post still photos from Micah Parsons' pro day. And Micah didn't get any lower than Arvell. He might have even been higher. Got a bunch of weird stuff on there. Hang on a second. I'll see if I can find it right here. Did you hear that back in the back row? Micah Parsons did not get down as low as Arvell Reese when he went through those drills because that was not something he was used to either. And what's he doing right now? Besides rehabbing and probably going to be the comeback player of the year. Because they won't give that to Mahomes when he's the MVP of the league, which he's going to go for. Watch. I'm telling you right now, just watch. Pro Day. Let's see if I can get it here real quick. Okay, here's Micah Parsons' Pro Day. All right, let's take a quick look. Okay, we don't need to see bench. We know he's strong. Good job. Okay, he's still doing it. Still doing it. He's going to jump. Does the 40. We know he's fast. Okay, there's a cone drill. Is this the bags? No, this is shuttle. More cones. Oh, here we go. It's next drill up. How low is he getting? How low is he getting? You tell me this guy's no good in the pros? Come on now. Seeing this and what he was able to become is why everybody's got the Jets salivating at number 2 for Arvell Reese. Because that dude is a freak too. Him and Sonny Styles, they're different, bro. They are different. Let that sink in. Watch it again. Got low when he fell down. This is not elite defense. I could do this now with my knowledge and lack of athleticism at my age. I could do that now. I couldn't do what he could do now, though. He could do something totally. Dog's barking her head off. So just let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100, shall we? None of these guys, neither Arvell nor Sonny nor Bailey nor Bain nor Mesidor nor anybody else, Delane, Tate, any of them, have played a single down in the NFL. We don't know. So let's stop arguing absolutes and start debating in good faith and be honest with each other and go, yeah, maybe, but I think you're wrong. Okay, that's fine. I disagree. Moving on to the next guy. And the next guy for me is moving on to the draft picks that I did for you guys last night, because that's the one I want to get to. That one's a lot of fun. It's the most recent one I've done. And it was after I watched tape on the first pick. Because the first pick was different. Where are you, buddy? Is that the one? That's the one. Oh, done. Oh, my draft disappeared. Well, I don't know if I saved that one. Oh, when you reset again, I reset the computer so the mock simulator changes. But I'll let you know. Let me know what you guys would think of this. Let me know in the chat what you guys would think of it. There's still a lot of free agents, says Adam. I wouldn't mind the Chiefs signing on 1-year deals. Kareem Hunt possibly coming back for depth purposes, maybe. Cole. Here's the thing. There's 2 more phases of free agency at least. Okay? There's the post-draft immediately free agency for the guys that people didn't get. And then there's cutdowns. And we've seen guys come in and take jobs after cutdowns. We've seen it. The bottom of the roster, the bubble guys, once you make the team and then cutdowns happen, you are not safe. You may be playing somewhere else. You may be out of the league. Somebody somewhere is going to get cut that's going to be a benefit to this team, and Veach is going to snap them up and go, you want to try to get a ring? Do you want to play with Patrick Mahomes? Let's roll. Do you want to be able to say, I played with one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL? Let's dance. We'd love to have you. That carries weight, okay? Speaking of carrying weight, I went back and watched tape on this guy, and that's why he was my first pick overall. I hadn't watched tape on him. I almost regret watching it now because I'm like, I don't want to get my hopes up, but this kid, the way they're talking with the backup on Ohio State now that's going to be the number 1 guy next year was the way they talked about Tate when he was behind like Buka and Marvin Harrison Jr., the potential, and saying, oh, he's going to be this, he's going to be that. I just care that he's a hands guy. He's got plenty of speed. 4.52 or 4.5, we don't know. Another guy said, 4.48. I got 4.48, 4.49. Guess what? He's got game speed. He gets behind people and he goes. Okay? He's not 4.2, 4.3. He's not Tyreek Hill. Nobody is. Well, Worthy's got that speed, but not as jukey. Just watch
so far
because it's
the 9th play of the drive.
Because he can play. We'll put a little music on. Okay, what do I like about this? High pointing the ball. Taking a hit on the way to the ground. Doesn't drop it. Went up and got it. His legs collapsed. That might be too loud. I don't know. But and watch this play. He runs all kinds of routes. The ball's thrown outside of his range, outside of his body. He still goes and gets it. This one, let me just take control of that, get both feet, and stay on my feet. I love Tyquan Thornton. I'm glad he's back. I hope he elevates his game because my biggest beef with him is half the time or more than half the time, it seems, he falls down. When the ball comes near him, catch it, don't catch it. He always lets his legs go and focuses on his hands. A lot of receivers have that problem. He's one of those guys that sometimes it gets into his head of like, if I stop focusing down here, I can focus really hard up here. And he's made some incredible catches doing that. But I'd love to see some rack. I'd love to see more consistent rack. This guy's got that. This guy's got that. I'll let him play for a second. Again, watch this play. Okay. Quick little find the hole and get upfield. That's a read play. Catches the ball. Doesn't fall down here. Doesn't fall down as soon as he catches it. Right there. Doesn't fall down at the 2-yard line. Keeps his balance till he crosses the goal line and then lets his legs go. Okay? That's barely rack. That's not what I'm talking about. Watch this play. So many plays. I see Tyquan Thornton starts letting his legs go right there. Catches the ball, falls down right there. So from there, it's 5, 10, 12 yards. ask you, is that fast enough for everybody? Understand the defensive situation, and probably made a little hook move here and then kept going right past the corner and behind everyone, and doesn't fall down and doesn't drop the ball, keeps his feet, touchdown. What's up? What time is it? It's touchdown time. Well, let's see what he did here. Oh, one little juke move. One little inside fade and go. Fake hook and go. This one, behind everybody again. Caught, touchdown. Not falling, going up and getting the ball. Let me elevate as the ball gets to me. Time that just about perfect. Elevate, extend, catch the ball. He's almost 6'2", about 208 pounds, 208 pounds, I think. Runs in the high 4.4s, low 4.5s. That's plenty of speed. And then in game speed, he just gets open. So yeah, if he's probably one of my wish list guys now. Don't get it twisted. Chief Concerns is not wrong in that before we signed Walker, I was Jeremiah Love no matter what. I was Kevin Costner on draft day, Jeremiah Love no matter what. We got Kenneth Walker. I was like, well, I mean, and then people were like, you guys let me know about watch George Karlaftis when we drafted him. Go look at Mike Washington Jr. I went and watched Mike, and I was like, ooh, okay. Then I watched Jonah Coleman because Chief Concerns guys watched him on one of their reels. I went back and looked at him. Mr. Contact Balance, bouncing off everybody staying on his feet. Go. And then I found Damon Claiborne because I saw him getting shafted at the combine where nobody wanted to interview him. I go, let me check out this guy's game. I was like, this guy's quick like a little jet. Bounces off people like a pinball, keeps going. Who's he remind me of? When I looked at Sproles' tape, and I was like, he's got a little bit of that going. I like that. He's got a little Sproles juice. He's not Sproles. He's got a little juice, though. Scat back? I see more promise for him in that than the guys we have right now in the sense that his yards after contact were really good for 5'10", 188, I think he was. But he's packed really tight. Okay. So we all know Carnell Tate. Too loud. Sorry. Turn the music off. Okay. Fine. Jeez, be like that. Let me see here. What's Cole say? Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like the absolute floor for him, for where Love is drafted, is number 16, the Jets' second first rounder. If I'm the Jets, and I wanted to get on this with you guys, and I'm going to get on it because we're here now. So let's just do it. Let me put this back here. Let me go back to this other one here. I got to go back to my other window. This is another bone to pick. Okay, I often disagree with one Dan Orlovsky. Okay, let's just be real. I do. I often disagree with what he has to say. Oh, it didn't show up for me. What's going on? Oh, it's not guest window. I want video preview video. Hang on a second. I often disagree with Dan Orlovsky. I'm not going to lie. Not even for a second. He got eviscerated for having a bad conversation with Pat McAfee after he said on his Get Up or whatever show it is that he thinks Ty Simpson's the number one quarterback. Okay. I don't agree with him. And here's the reason. While they're both very talented, I think Ty Simpson can play in this league. Two things can be true at once. I don't think Mendoza or Ty Simpson are Andrew Luck or Patrick Mahomes. Okay? I don't think they're that kind of player, that level. I think they're both really good. I think they're both really gutsy, and I think they both have enough arm and enough athleticism to make it at this league. But Fernando's 6'5", 225, and won the Heisman, and won the national championship, and beat the snot out of Alabama. Okay, 38-3. Now, Ty Simpson was dinged up already at that point. So they didn't really have a head-to-head. They were going with the backup guy. And he had 3 carries and 17 yards. Okay? That's not let's see here. Player stats. Let me see here. No, he was playing. He was shared it with Austin Mack. Let me correct myself. Decent completion rating, low yards, but apparently he was dealing with a cracked rib or something the whole time. He was lights out early in the season, And then the second half of the season, after he got hurt and didn't tell anybody, he was struggling. You watch his tape, though, and every throw he's making, it's ball on hands. And as a former receiver, I want that in my quarterback. Where's the ball? Right here. Right there. You turn, snap, boom, it's right there. Like, he's a very accurate passer. He's plenty athletic. He's 6'1", almost 6'2", about 210, 212 pounds. You want him a little bigger? Sure, okay. But that's totally adequate size. He can play the position. And he showed he can play the position. The next thing is he missed Trubisky? He's only got 15 starts. Well, he's got 15 starts, but he's been there. He's played in 40 games. So he's not a 15-start guy. He's a 40 games experience guy with 15 starts. So that's a little better too. But I'm not going to ignore the fact that Fernando Mendoza just smoked him 38-3. But it's a team game. And in this team game, he was 12 of 16. Fernando Mendoza was 14 of 16. It's not like he took it over personally. He had two backs, one at 99, one at 89 yards. His whole team contributed. It was a team effort, and they smoked Alabama, and good for them. Would I take Mendoza first? Yeah, because of the other stuff I mentioned. The size, he's the prototype. He's the guy you look at, okay, that's the size I want. Okay? They both can make throws that can transfer to the next level, or maybe not. Maybe they'll be Rick Meyer. Maybe they'll put up good stats in college and flame out in the pros. We don't know yet. But this isn't the only reason I wouldn't take him. And people are making a big thing about this. Oh, they got blown up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I know another game back in the day when a certain quarterback lost to another quarterback, and that was Patrick Mahomes lost to Baker Mayfield. Would I take Baker Mayfield before Patrick Mahomes because of that game? No, and I'll tell you why. That 66-59 game back in 2016 when Baker threw for 7 touchdowns and 545 yards. Yeah, well, Patrick threw 88 times for 734 yards and 5 touchdowns. Oh, but he's got 7. He's only got 5. Oh, hang on. He got 2 more rushing with 85 yards on the ground. Who are his guys? DeLeon Ward and Justin Stockton were his running backs. Who? Oh, who did Baker Mayfield have? Joe Mixon. D.D. Westbrook. Running the ball at the receiver spot. Number 1 receiver, D.D. Westbrook, 202 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Number 1 running back, Joe Mixon, 263 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who was your tight end, I wonder? Oh, just Mark Andrews. And he beat Patrick Mahomes by 7. Well, were they evenly matched teams? Well, I don't know. I do know, I'm lying. But team defenses. Let's take a look. Where was Oklahoma? Okay, is Oklahoma on the first page, top 20? No, they're not in the top 20. Oklahoma on the second page, top 40? No, they're not in the top 40. Is Oklahoma on the third page, top 60? They're not in the top 60? They must be horrible. Where are they at? Number 69 in the country. The 69th best defense. The 69th best defense. So no wonder Patrick Mahomes got 55 points on them, right? Was it 55? My brain can't remember from 5 seconds ago. 59, sorry. 59 points. You know where Texas Tech was in defenses in NCAA that year? Nope. Yep. All the way at the bottom. The literal, not theoretically or figuratively worst defense. The worst defense in college football. And Patrick Mahomes lost by 1 score against a team with Baker Mayfield, D.D. Westbrook, Joe Mixon, and Mark Andrews. And he had a bunch of guys. It was Patrick Mahomes and a bunch of Jags. Just a guy. Just a guy at receiver, just a guy at running back, just a guy at tight end, just a guy you never heard of. So you can lose the game and still be the better quarterback. I don't think that's the case with Alabama and Indiana. But getting to your point, where you don't think Love gets past number 16, if I'm the Jets, I'm taking Arbel Reese at number 2. Unless I can trade back 2 spots and still get one of the top 3 defenders, which I would love to do, because then you might get 2 spots in the first round still, on top of the one you already have, and have 3 first rounders. I've done that in the mock draft. But if I stay pat, I'm taking Arvell Reese number 2 and hoping he can be Micah Parsons. And I'm taking Ty Simpson at 16 and hoping I don't screw up his career. because the guy puts the ball in your hands. That's all I want. I don't care if we dink and dunk it, and we nickel and dime it down the field, and we trust Breece Hall to be the stud running back that he is, and we just move the damn chains and let our defense wreak havoc on other teams. Yes, it's not wreak havoc. If you've heard people say that out there, it's wreak havoc. W-R-E-A-K, wreak, not wreck. Okay, wreck would be W-R-E-C-K. It's wreak havoc. Little word. I'm just like a word Nazi sometimes. Pardon my French. But again, can we just agree that both these guys could potentially play at the next level and stop crucifying Dan Orlovsky for disagreeing? Now, was Dan Orlovsky getting paid by CAA to say that? Maybe, I don't know. That's a whole nother discussion. But people talking about it and trying to make it sound like Ty Simpson's trash, come on now. Let's not do that. Let's not be that guy. Because Ty Simpson might very well go to the pros, and Fernando Mendoza might go to the pros, and Ty might have a better career, and it might have nothing to do with the fact that Mendoza isn't as good. It might be he doesn't have a good enough surrounding team. He might get hurt. A lot of things can happen. But neither of those guys is trash. And I think the Jets are going to take him at 16 if he's still there. I don't think Love gets out of the top. Definitely not out of the top 9. No, top 8, sorry. Because the Saints, Kamara's 100 years old for them. He's beat up. He's been around too long. I think they want to move on. He costs a lot of money this year. So that's going to change. I think Cam Jordan moves on and signs somewhere else, unless you said, like he said, he wants to play with them or forget it. If he doesn't stay there, Ruben Bain could be a choice there. He might not be available to us because I think Reese and Styles and those guys are probably going to be gone. But the Giants have Scatterboo coming back. He's ahead of schedule, but he's one guy. Harbs might go, you know what? I kind of like Jeremiah Love. But here's the thing I was thinking about the other day. If he's looking at Downs and seeing what I see in Downs and going, he's not Ed Reed, but he's got some of that juice. I could work with that kid. He might go there. Or he might wait till later in the draft to get a long safety like he had in Kyle Hamilton. I don't know. But you can't discount Caleb Downs' football IQ. So I think Harbs might go Caleb Downs if he's still there. I don't think between the Titans, Commanders, almost said it, Titans, Commanders, and Saints, I don't think Jeremiah Love gets out of the top 8. I just don't. So I'm not interested in trading up even for Jeremiah Love. If we had no Kenneth Walker, I'd be interested in trading up for Jeremiah Love. I'm not crazy about that kid. Number 5 maybe. But we have enough needs that trading back sounds better if we don't have a guy there we really love. I like Delane. I like Mansour Delane. I like Mansour Delane a lot. Shh, go sit down. I like Mansour Delane a lot. People have made a good point, and they're starting to win me over on it. I'm like, but he could be a step in day one, number 2 corner for us. I think he's that good. But Coach Merritt is pretty fantastic. And there's some really good guys later in the draft. Later in the first round, in the second, third, and fourth round even. There are guys that you're like, that guy could get coached up and be something. And there's some guys with some good length and good speed. So I like Carnell Tate. I think Carnell Tate could be that guy for Patrick Mahomes that we've been missing. That guy that he's got a clean off the field character thing. But I don't know. We'll see. But getting off of this image right here, let's get back to the other page with the draft picks. That's enough of that. I think they both can play. I think Mendoza's better. I think Bailey and Bain and all those guys can play. I think Bain is the outlier that I don't want to draft in the top 10. Let's see here. And if we draft him, I hope he proves me wrong. The second pick I had was Colton Hood at 29. Okay. Everybody's talking about Jermod McCoy, the other guy that was the top corner the year before. They were both Tennessee guys, but they didn't play together because Hood came over in the transfer portal because Jermod was hurt. So, but Hood's like a legit, and he'll get up and stick you now. He reminds me of a little bit, I feel like he's a little bit bigger. I don't know, not a lot. Very little, maybe an inch taller. He just feels like more of a corner size. Trent always felt a little tiny bit undersized. He feels like legit minimum size of corner that I like. He'll come up and stick people like Trent would. Like he'll tackle you now. And he's got good hands. Sure tackler. Like just dump you on the ground. You're not getting any farther than him. knock your mouth guard out, put you on your back. And then you're getting past him. He's going to reach a hand in there, knock passes down. There's one coming up like that. That's just run up and Johnny on the spot, grab the ball and run in the end zone. Fast, athletic, the kind of corner I like. So I like Hood. Yeah, solid 6 foot, 193. Decent arms, not super long, not spider monkey arms, but decent. 158 in the 10-yard split. I like that. 4.44 440. Jumping over 40 in the vert. 10.5 foot broad. Sign me up. Sign me up. Good round friggin' takeoff butt. The guy can burst. Potential to be a plus starter. Okay? But again, there are guys we could get in later rounds that could do similar things. Then I went right tackle. Okay? Blake Miller, because I watched a bit of his tape and it was like pancake. Push you this way, push you backwards, and finish you way downfield. Pancake. Okay, we're going to go this way. Pancake right away. Lay on you, pancake. Extra syrup. Kick slide, push you around, turn you around. Pancake. I'm like, you had me at 3, bro. Get downfield. Pancake. 5. Like, I'm sorry. This is the kind of right tackle I want. Okay? Pancake in the end zone. All the way down. Like, dude. Like, let me embarrass you. I don't want to just beat you. I want to embarrass you. On your knees, pancake. That's 6 now in a row. Drive you downfield. Drive you outside. Pancake on your knees. Double team. Check off. Get this guy. Pancake. He is a finisher. That's when they say he finishes blocks, knock you on your tea kettle, almost pancake on your butt. 2 guys, which one am I going to get? Let me take the outside guy because you got the inside guy. Just holds him off completely. That's fine. First non-even half pancake. And this one, finish the block at the end of the pancake. Like, dude, just he's filthy McNasty, and I like that. Pancake, he's not playing dirty, he's just playing mean. And I want a mean right tackle. That's the side you run to a lot. So anyway, you get the idea. That's why I went Miller. Blake Miller, right tackle from Clemson. Second round. Okay? 6'7", he's a planetoid. 6'7", 317, 34 and change inch arms. Long levers. Okay? 504 at that size is stupid. Like, what are we talking about here? What are they feeding these kids? He looks like a plus-sized Eric Fisher. That's what he reminded me of. A little thicker, maybe. Eric was a little more fit. He's got a little more sand in his pants, this kid. I'll take it. I'll take it. First one, 509. He's competitive. He's going to go again. He didn't have to go again. He did not have to go again. Let's get better. 504. How about now? I dig that. That's the other thing that worries me about Bain, too. Not to pick on him. Just going to throw this in there. Didn't test at the combine. Said he's going to wait and do all the tests on his pro day. Didn't do the pro day tests. Just did the drills. What are you hiding, bro? Are you running 4.8? What's going on? Are you got a short? Are you 35-inch vertical? What's happening? So I don't like that. I don't want anything that gives me pause in the top 10 of the first round. Dennis Sutton. I think one of the more underrated edges in the draft. First of all, we love a guy who can block kicks and punts. Those guys usually play well for us. He's that guy. And it's just hand right on the ball. Like, I'm not gonna even just like right on the ball as he goes in. Not a touch of it, not a little bit of it. Straight in. There's the ball. Like a basketball block. Loved it. Okay. Balls rolling, balls bouncing. No, he's picking it up. Oh, was that a block again? Oh yeah. Another block punt. Let me block it and then hip check you because I can. 3 blocks. 3 blocks in college football. That's awesome. That's rare. Let me go tackle. You get out of the way. Second blocker. Running back, you get out of the way. And let me get the quarterback. That's the kind of guy we need playing beside Chris. We need guys like that they're just driven. This was a double team-ish. Oh, no, it wasn't. The guy went to the middle of the running back. Still, he just pushed his guy back. Here's a rule of thumb for you offensive tackle wannabes out there. If you're blocking a guy and your butt hits the quarterback in the chest, you're losing the play. You're losing the down. You've lost the down. Okay? That's not what you want to do. Dan, just for laughs, show Wanya Morris combine. I will in a second, Kevin, just for you, buddy. The only good thing come out of KC is I-17 West. Ooh, we got some slashers in the chat. All right, buddy. Okay, he's coming with it. He's coming with it. Just for you. Some loud music. Get him, Daddy, get him. Okay, the quarterback just gave up. So that's So you get the idea. The kid can play football. Okay? And he's big. All right? He's over here, I think. That's Colton. That's Miller. 6'6", 256. Spags can work with that. 33.5-inch arms, plenty long. 4'6", 340. I'm working with that. I can work with that. Big broad jump. Let's go. Let's go. Good backup potential to develop into a starter in the third round. No problem. Third or fourth round. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Third round. Fourth round. Third round. Okay. Next up, I want meat in the middle. Let's get beef. Let's get beefy. Let's go. Skip it. Daryl Jackson, 45 tackles, 1 sack. Another planetoid. 6'3", 315. Nope, you're not going anywhere. Shed you, eat your face. Florida State boy. Ugh. He's like a big Derek Nottie. If Derek Nottie had a big brother, he'd be this kid. Size-wise. Physicality-wise. And more push than Derek had. Derek was a fire hydrant. You couldn't drive him back much when he was a rookie, but he wasn't penetrating a lot. This kid's like, no, let's go over here and hit that quarterback. So I'm just getting for playing depth. I'm getting for a guy that I've heard O linemen and D linemen that have watched more of his tape than I have and know better than I have, that this guy's the tree trunk you want in the middle of the offense's way to keep running backs from getting where they want to go. And he just shaved down the line with a guy on either side of him like they were nothing. And he's not going to be the focal point because Chris is right there or Tonga's right there. So bring that on. Or if we get goal line and we have 3D tackles in the middle, sign me up. Tonga, Chris, and this kid, let's go. No, you don't get any yardage. You just go backwards. Oh, I don't care how many people are pushing you. This guy's strong. They said he's like hella strong too. I don't know. He just likes falling on people, I think. Let me just smash you into the ground. Ugh! Who's next? Who got next? Get off me, get off me. And where'd you go? I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I got you. Ugh, shaves down the line and finishes the play. I like that. That's underrated in the pros. Guys who shave down the line and make plays like John Randall used to do, get it. He used to turn and sprint down the line, but that's a different animal, John Randall. And he was undersized but had long arms too. So you get the idea. Daryl's pretty sick. And then next up, I got to give Patrick Mahomes some more love. I just got to. I got to, mister. I don't think he's going to be here this late, 4th or 5th round, but he might be. And if he is, your next pick for the Kansas City Chiefs from University of Southern Carolina, wide receiver Jacoby Lane. 6'4", 208 pounds, and kind of a stud. Very intelligent in his interviews. Great at catching hitch routes and taking them down the field, which we do a lot in Kansas City. He's actually effective at it, which a lot of guys aren't. Let's get a copyright strike. Next play. You gotta look for guys who can do some of the things that Rashee Rice does, because Rashee might not be here after this year. He might not get to play for us this year. That's stupid. I saw this play. I'm like, first of all, that's probably a penalty on him in the pros, but just for the sheer gall of like, screw you, you can't handle me. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stiff arm you out of the way like a little kid brother. I'm going to backhand one hand the football like Chris Carter at practice and go, "What's up? Touchdown, right?" Probably get offensive pass interference or at least mutual pass interference if the other guy was clutching and grabbing. I don't know. He is. It's holding on the defensive player. But he kind of looks like he almost gets a face mask there on the kid. But that's just a stupid athletic play that he's capable of. Roll out quarterback. Let it rip. Oh, I got a guy all over me? Get off me. Caught, rack, running after the catch. Big, strong hands. Guy's holding him the whole way down the field. Right here. He's got a handful of his scruff right here. He just keeps him at bay. Let me get that football. Thanks. Let me just hold you out here so I can get that football. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's go. What you got, Jacoby? Show the people what you can do. Catch it in space. Let me go over this guy. The guy's like, hell no. Give me that leg. Here he's going up the middle. Little middle trident on the left-hand side. The two guys keep clearing out. He hooks it up right there, right behind the defender. Boop. Thank you. Nice. That's very clever. Here he goes again. Boop. Boop. Right in the bucket. Let's just run down the field. Yay. I believe he ran a 4.47 at the pro day. For his size, that's great. 6'4", running a 4.47. Have fun, boys. Have fun chasing him around. Doesn't fall down after he catches the ball or as the ball's coming in. He catches it and keeps on running. I think there's another one-hander coming up that's really stupid. That's not. This is the hook, run around people. That's a Travis special right there. Just trying to find extra yardage. I'll take it. Notice I'm letting this one play a little longer because he's got a lot of tape and he's really good. Reaching out. Look at those spider arms. Look at that. Thank you. All hands. Goes up and catches it at the last second. I'll take that all day and twice on Sunday. Thank you. Jogging. Like, just get the ball there, quarterback. You're going to have to sprint with Patrick because now Patrick's got a little better arm than this kid. But I'd like to have another weapon like this for him. This one's out in the flats. Right here. Little hitch route. Goop. Thank you. Usually that's a slot guy that does that. Usually it's somebody like 6 foot, 5'11". This dude's 6'4" doing hitch routes. Ala Travis. Travis does that stuff too. Follow your blocker. Don't outrun the play. Get extra yardage. Boop. All I'll say about his teammate, Mekhi Lemon, didn't like that he sounded high at the combine. Didn't like that he made demon faces at the press at the combine. And hated the fact that they said who are the top 3 quarterbacks you like to catch passes from. And Patrick Mahomes was not mentioned in the top 3. Caleb Williams, I give him a total pass. That was his teammate. I get it. Then he goes Jaden Daniels because he's a playmaker. And he says Aaron Rodgers because he's an all-time great. If you're like me and you understand that Patrick has a nickname Petty Pat for a reason, Pat's probably heard that was like, next. Undersized, underspeed. He might be a 4.5. Some people were saying, oh, he's a 4.8, 4.9, 4.52. We don't know at the pro day. Okay. Well, he didn't run at the combine for a reason because he didn't want to get the official combine time on his name. So, but whatever. The way he would behave. I saw one interview where he came off really well. He seemed normal. He seemed like a nervous kid, a little bit shy. With I think it was Sims and Florio at the combine, just sitting at a table. But when he was at the podium talking to the press, weird, creepy. No, I don't need any more weirdos. No, thank you. I don't want off the field problems. I don't want weird character, and I don't want outliers. I don't want shrimp receivers for Patrick. I want tall guys. 6 foot or above, please. What do you got? Boo! And that's the other thing with if you get a Jeremiah Love, if you get even Mike Washington can catch it in the backfield. If you get a guy that can play receiver, Brashard Smith can be that guy where he can line up slot and play some better receiver than some of the deeper guys on the team that are backups. Plenty of speed on this kid. Like, just come on. I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I think he's great. I think he'd be a great addition at that point in the draft. And that's all we can go by right now is at that point in the draft. He might end up being one of our best receivers 5 years from now. I don't know. Or he might just not pan out. But at that point in the draft, it's not like it's got to make it or break it for the team. Okay? Going back, look at the combine numbers: 6'4", 200 even, 32 inch and 5/8 arms, plenty long. 4.47 at the combine. I think that was his pro day, but they put it up there. 40-inch vert, 1.58 split. He's getting up to speed quickly. Okay, almost 11-foot broad jump. Yes, please. Over 10-inch hands. Yes, please. Let's go. And he came across really well. He's a really intelligent kid. I like that. Now to the kid from Travis Kelce's alma mater, tight end, Joe Royer, wearing the short pants to make himself look like he's at the beach. Tell me this kid could not learn behind Travis. They put up stats. I don't know why they did that to the kid. It made him look bad, actually, because his numbers don't really compare. They're like a poor man's Kelsey kind of numbers. But I think the kid's, he's got that. He finds holes in spaces and zones. Look how wide open he is here. And he's a target. He's a prime target. He's a 50 reception guy. Everybody knows he's the guy the quarterback looks for, and he gets totally lost. Who do we know that does that in our team right now? Number 87. This kid, and they both are Cincinnati Bearcats. Tell me this kid wouldn't love learning behind Travis, and Travis wouldn't love having one of his homeboy alums there. He's like a mini Trav with Patrick Mahomes' hair. He's got the curly locks. And this is personality, energy. I think he would fit great in that tight end room. And this run after the catch stuff, this is part of Travis's game. So again, not saying he's Travis, not saying he'll ever be Travis, just saying he's got similarities, he's got traits that he does that blend well with what Patrick's been used to for years. And I think Travis could help coach him up and help guide him on what Patrick likes and what Patrick looks for. And they've already got that Cincinnati Bearcat rapport. It's going to come naturally that they're going to, they're already family. That's how universities are generally. Guys you come in, you're from there, you're teammates out of the gate. So Joe Royer, look him up. I think he could be a really good addition, especially at this point in the draft. Again, depending on which ratings you go by, I've seen him go earlier, I've seen him go later. So I'm not sure where he's going to be on the overall board. And tight ends in general in this draft, in the draft world, not Sadiq, because Sadiq's a freak. Sadiq's kind of built like Vernon Davis, so somebody's going to take him early. And I like him, but I don't think we'll take him that early. A lot of tight ends who are really good I've seen over the years, I'm like, how's that guy falling? They fall or they end up being UDFAs, and you're like, this guy plays in the league for 7 years and is a good, solid backup. But there's a handful of guys that go early that are just great. This kid could be a really good one. And at that point, he'd be a very good value. So Joe, what's Joe measure up to? I think they had him at 6'4". He's 6'5" at the combine. 6'5", 247, 31.5-inch arms, 10, almost 11-inch hands. No comparison that they give him, but he had uneventful seasons at Ohio State. So he was learning to play receiver at Ohio State before he went over to Cincinnati. So he has some great coaching with Brian Hartline. So the kid's got some receiver savvy. I like that as well. What do we got next? Oh, we got a safety.
I have a 134 IQ. I make less.
That's good for you, sir. Wonderful. Let's go to the safety position. We got VJ Payne out of Kansas State. Kansas State. I like this guy because he's 6'2", he's almost 210, and he comes up and hits people and knocks the ball out. He's a game changer. Swipe arm, shoulder on the ball. He'd probably get a penalty in the pros for that because I think his helmet hit him in the teeth. He wasn't trying to. He put his head down to put his shoulder on the ball, but that was a helmet hit. Just gets in there. He's not afraid to mix it up. Kind of size-wise, he reminds me he's like maybe a little bit bigger than Brian Cook, height-wise. Rangy, long. Here he's up here. He knows the defensive calls. He's in the backfield. As soon as that hole opens, he's on the running back. I love it. Okay, he's upfield with the receiver coming across. Let's get that ball out and on the ground. How about that? So it's either a catch and fumble or no catch at all. Probably no catch. He was still kind of bobbling it, but that's a great play. Up close to the line. Can he box safety it? Yes, he can. You're going that way, fella. You don't get another foot. Stepping up. Looking for the guy. Let me chase him out to the sideline. Keep chasing him. Doesn't quit on the play. Finishes. He's over here now. Box, tackle. He held the guy off with his shoulder. That's a pretty good job for a guy that's not that big. He's not like a huge Herculean guy. Throw a shoulder. Let's take the running back down as safely as possible so I don't hurt myself. This one here, let me get a piece of that running back. There he is. I got you, bro. Down you go. That's a loss. So it's the kind of guy lengthwise you think he'd be a deep safety, and he's doing all this box stuff. And then here it's like, let me maintain my position and trust you to do your job, but let me have your back. Whiffs on the tackle, spin move. Ha, I'm going to get away. No, you're not. Thunk. I like that. Somebody said today that the safety draft is deep. It is deep. I like Caleb Downs a lot. There's a deep safety draft. There's definitely some guys that can play. And again, I'm going to tip the hat to Coach Merritt that he's going to coach these guys up and make sunshine with these guys because, you know, Jalen Watson got a truckload of money. Brian Cook got a truckload of money. And Trent McDuffie got 2 truckloads of money. Look at that. Oh, get the hands going, buddy. Get them on the jugs machine, coach. But sticking people, not a problem. Moving on to the next. Let's check his measurements here. 6'2", I believe. 6'3" at the combine. 206 pounds. 33 3/4 inch spider monkey arms. Love it. 4'4", 40. 152 split. He's meeting the measurables. He's long. He's strong. He doesn't mind hitting people in the face. Played 42 games as a starter and a team captain. Let's go. Play inside the box over the slot as a split safety. Nice. It says his coverage tape pops more than his run support and tackling, and yet everything we watched in the first half of his tape was run support and tackling, and he was wrecking people, so sign me up. Next up, let's get back to edge. We got edge on the list of needs, and so far we just got Danny Denise Sutton, but we also got a tackle in Gerald Jackson. We're going to go edge again. We're going to go back to the Watt Brothers U, Wisconsin. Not huge numbers, rotation guy, but 5 sacks. Let's make this music. Speed, size, and a mustache like a cop. Mason Rieger, everybody. Oh, let me throw you on. He does tackles like Madden tackles, where it's like, like look at this tackle again, where it's like, let me launch through. No, that's not the one. Sorry, the one before that. Let me launch through. He's here, and then get you up in the air. Oh, and then drive you to the ground. I like that. Let me give you a little extra, contact with Mother Earth there. He likes to wrap those legs up and make sure the tackle. I appreciate that. Not the hugest guy, but he's got good size. Not the fastest guy, but he's got good speed. And he likes to make sure tackles. He doesn't let people go. He's not Leo size-wise, but he's good size. Actually, might be Leo size-wise, actually. Now that I think about it. Let's look at Mason Rieger's number size right here. His tape is good, not amazing, but it's really good. It's so super solid. Yeah, 6'5", 251. He's a really good size. Almost 33-inch arms. Almost 11-inch hands. 4.78, not blazing fast, but it's around the range of TJ Watt. Very explosive in the broad jump and the vertical, and he's got plenty of speed. And like I said, cop stash. And last but definitely not least, you ready? I don't think you're ready for this one. You ready? A guy who was top 40 or top 45 in the Draft Nick's minds at the beginning of the season, had some injuries, played through them, didn't play great through the injuries, but tried, was a willing warrior, affected his play, and everybody dropped him way down the charts and then questioned all of his throwing technique and everything else. The kid's big. The kid's got a cannon. The kid's quarterback. The kid's late in the draft. The kid's a guy who's not going to make it as a UDFA. He's going to be gone already. He's going to be drafted by someone. Why not
Language. That's coming up Thursday on
at the end of our draft. Plenty big, plenty strong arm, can make all the throws, athletic, wearing number 15, tribute to Patrick Mahomes. Him, Ty Simpson, and Fernando Mendoza all wore number 15. Give me that. Give me the guy who can run like that for that size. This guy's like a little bigger than Mendoza, and he's got more arm than either Mendoza or Simpson. You'll see. Hang on. It's coming. He's not Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen, but he's got plenty of arm. That was, how far was that? That was a 15, 25, 27-yard out route. And he hits the guy within 2 yards of the sideline from the far hash. So he's probably throwing about 43 yards when you go the sideways distance. Let me just, I love this little shimmy. This is such a Mahomesian kind of, he's not Mahomes, But Mahomes does stuff like this all the time. They love backpedaling. Looks like he's going to fall. Let me just shimmy out of your way, get small, even though I'm a huge guy, make you miss me, and then step up. Am I going to run? No, I'm just going to dump into this guy right here. I think Andy could do some special things with a kid like this. Develop him, make him a really good backup, and then trade him for like a third or fourth round pick in 2 years. And here's the arm. Hello. Hello. 55, 57 yards through the air without even an effort. And he's got touch. He doesn't try to rip people's arms off with every throw. He throws it in with touch when he's got plenty of time. Doesn't have time? Let me just fire that on a rope then and get that in there so you can get upfield tight end. So I'd take that draft. We got wide receiver, cornerback, possibly 1 or 2, wide receiver 1 or 2. Right tackle, starter or backup. He'll be a battle in camp, but he's really good. Pancake City, Blake Miller. Tell me that guy's not going to be a beast in a couple of years. Danny D. Sutton, another guy for Sack Nation rotation off the edge. Gerald Jackson, Sack Nation rotation tackle. Jacoby Lane, another weapon for Patrick. Tall, fast, great hands. Tight end, Joe Royer, a Cincinnati alum to train behind Travis. VJ Payne, a local Kansas guy, Kansas State. Going to get in there, going to help work into the safety rotation. Mason Rieger, let's get another edge with some pedigreed school, Wisconsin. And Drew Aller, quarterback, 6'5", 228, 32 3/4-inch arms. They don't have testing on here, but the kid can, looks the part, prototypical size, effortless arm that can make any NFL throw. They see inconsistent touch and ball placement, looked fine to me, and he's going to get coached up with Andy. And I watched his tape. Let's watch his tape for a second. Oh, they're interviewing him here. Sorry. I thought it was tape. Let me see if I can find tape on the guy. Okay. Combine workout. Also, not to beat a dead horse, but if you want to learn more about Ty Simpson's play, go look at his combine tape. The dude's just a good quarterback. Just a really good quarterback. Effortless, rips it. It's back here. It's over his shoulder. But these are guys they don't play with. You got to remember, they're throwing to receivers they've never seen before. And if they get 50% of them on their hands mid-stride, I'm thrilled. Big kid, tall, looks as young as he is. Great guy to learn behind Patrick for a couple of years and then ship him off somewhere and get some draft picks for him. Plenty of potential. Big kid. Honestly, if I'm the Bills, this kid's not getting this far in the draft. This kid would be a great backup for Josh Allen. He's got some really good size. He's got the athleticism. Again, he's not Josh Allen, but, if you want a poor man's version, this would be the kind of guy to have ready to go behind him instead of a small quarterback or whatever. But I would love to see this kid practicing behind Patrick Mahomes and learning under Andy. This kid could be something else. And Justin Fields, we're set at backup. This kid would just be probably on our practice squad if he doesn't get yanked by somebody else halfway through the season. But anyway, you get the idea. Let's go back to the big screen. Now that we're done with the mini draft, we'll do another draft. We'll do another one live for you guys, more than one, as we get closer to the draft. I just want to share a bunch of thoughts with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed my coverage. Wanya Morris. Okay, if you're still there, let me know you're still there, Kevin. I got a bunch of people lurking. I don't know who's all still there. If you're still there, Kevin, I'll do Wanya Morris Pro Day tape just for you. Was it Pro Day or Combine you want? Combine. Okay, Wanya Morris. Oh, it says Wanya Morris. First thing that comes up is Wanya Morris injury. That's not good. Combine. This is for, did he go at the Combine or did he just do the Pro Day? I think he just did the Pro Day, didn't he? He doesn't even come up in the Combine. Let's see. Pro Day. I know he did a Pro Day for sure. That's old stuff. Looks like they scrubbed it. I can't even find him. I see an interview with them. Meet the pick, Wanya Morris. Wow. Somebody got in there and scrubbed it. I'll tell you, I didn't see what they saw trading up for the guy. I wish him well. Hopefully he'll play well for us. Hopefully he'll be a rotation guy for us. We'll see. He's still on the team, I believe. Combine presser. Is that what you wanted, the presser clip, or did you want to see a workout? I'm trying to find him for you, Kevin. I don't even know if you're in the chat anymore, but I'm trying to find it for him because I said I would. I'm a man of my word. Yeah, he's not coming up. I think they scrubbed it. I think the Chiefs were embarrassed. Like, let's get that off YouTube. Oh, gosh. Yeah, man, what I'd give for if we take Bailey, yes, man, my crushes. If we take Bailey, Tate, or Styles at our first pick, I'm dancing. They could be all gone. There's a world where they're all gone. There's a world where it goes Mendoza, and then in no particular order, Arvell Reese, let's say Bailey, Downs, Jeremiah Love, Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain, Mansard Lane. That's 7. There's only 7 picks between us and the first pick. We're essentially picking 8th. If you want to be real, we're essentially picking 8th. If an old lineman sneaks into the top 7, we're picking 6th. You understand how that works? That's pretty good. We're not really picking 9th because Mendoza's going 1. If he doesn't, I'll be shocked. That said, I got a hell of a draft haul for trading Mendoza in one of the I did a Raider draft for my buddy, and we went back 1 spot to the Jets. And we got a great defensive player from the 2nd pick overall after Mendoza went to the Jets. And we picked Ty Simpson at 16. And we got, I can't remember who I got. Let me double check that really fast. Just for shits and giggles. I know there's no Raider fans here. Pretty sure there's not. But just, if you were thinking outside the box, if you're a Raider GM or Raider head coach, and I don't know that they're going to do any of this, but if they're really thinking outside the box, and if you really wanted to get creative, let me see here. Okay, that's when we took Fernando Mendoza. I don't know where it is. I might not have saved it. But we got a crazy draft. We had a crazy draft. Try it. Check PFSN if you guys want to have some fun with some mock drafts yourselves. It's a good time. I advise anybody that loves the draft to do that. It's been a great time chatting with you guys. Shout out to, first of all, before I forget, shout out to Honk Forrest and her family. Her mom's struggling a little bit right now. Hope they're all good. You know, just send them some love. Send them some prayers. Don't want to get personal, but just family stuff, got family, everybody's got stuff to deal with in their life. And prayers out, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Prayers out to Honk Forrest and her family. And just make sure everything goes smoothly over there and everything's good. Wish her the best. Hopefully she can be back next week. We'll see. She got a new job. Have fun starting the new job in April. Honk, proud of you. As always, she's a super talented lady. Love to have a golden voice back on here talking draft with us in the next week or two. We'll see if we can't make that happen. Hopefully we can. Check out Uplift the Kingdom. It's a chat group on X. It's awesome. Most of the people in there are super positive. If you get negative, you're going to get booted. So it's a great place to go if you're one of that 50% of Chiefs Kingdom that's positive. Wishing all these kids the best in the draft. Wishing everybody, including Bane, including guys that aren't my draft crush, I wish them the best, and I hope Bane makes me look like the stupidest mofo on the planet and has like 20 sacks his first season. Okay? Even a dozen. Anything over 10. So, see? Dick? Okay? Trust me, dude, it's not hating on you. It's just looking at the numbers going, I'm not willing to take the risk. I'd rather let somebody else take the risk and take more of a sure thing, a historically sure thing. Never want to discount a guy's heart. We can't measure it. You can't measure a man's heart. Okay? Tom Brady, Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes. Why'd you trade up for him? Because he's amazing. He's going to break the league, and he did. Glad Patrick Mahomes is coming back. And last but not, absolutely, definitely not least, to Chief Concerns, to RGR Football, to Seth Kaiser out there, to all the guys who bring you Chiefs stuff every week. What a kingdom we got going, huh? I remember when I started doing stuff with Chiefs Wire back in 2017, 2018, doing articles, bringing their podcast back to life. RGR was around. There wasn't a lot of other people really getting at it. How about those Chiefs, the red beard guy? Everybody's just bringing the noise, bringing the heat, covering the players, covering the teams. We all got our own ideas. Some people are in one camp, some people in the other camp on various players. It's just fun. It's just fun, and from no Super Bowls in 50 years to, including my lifetime, to 5 out of 6 Super Bowls, the Chiefs, brass, everybody that's part of that group right now has made my life. As far as NFL football goes, if they ended the league tomorrow, I'm good. I don't want that. I don't want that for anybody. But we're just an embarrassment of riches we've had over the years. We would never hosted an AFC Championship ever, and then from 2018 on, for 5 years, we never didn't host the AFC Championship. It was never an Arrowhead, and it was never not an Arrowhead for 5 straight years. 6 out of 7. That's crazy. That's unheard of success. Now we got to catch the Patriots on rings. Let's get that. Let's get that. Until next time, guys, as always, go Chiefs. Lucy. Bring her. Here. She won't do it. She's destroying her toy. Guys, thanks as always. Have a great night.